Welcome to our channel, where today we dive into one of the most chilling and unsettling tales from the world of the paranormal. This is the story of Annabelle, a seemingly innocent Raggedy Ann doll that became the center of a terrifying and mysterious saga. What started as a harmless gift for a young nurse quickly turned into a haunting tale of possession and demonic influence. In this video, we'll explore the spine-chilling events that unfolded around Annabelle, from the doll's unsettling behavior in a small apartment to its dramatic exorcism by renowned paranormal investigators Ed and Lorraine Warren. We'll delve into the real-life accounts, the eerie incidents, and the ongoing legacy of Annabelle that continues to captivate and terrify people around the world. So, turn off the lights, make sure you're in a safe place, and prepare yourself for a journey into one of the most notorious cases of paranormal activity ever documented. This is the true story of Annabelle, the doll that defied the bounds of the natural world and left an indelible mark on the realm of the supernatural. Chapter 1. The beginning of the story. It all began in 1970 when Donna, a young nurse, received a Raggedy Ann doll as a birthday gift from her mother. Donna lived in a small apartment with her roommate, Angie, also a nurse. The doll, with its red yarn hair and stitched face with an innocent smile, seemed like a harmless and sentimental gift. Donna placed the doll on her bed as decoration. In the first few days, nothing out of the ordinary happened. It was just a doll, a childhood memento that warmed the space. However, things began to change subtly but disturbingly. One morning, Donna found the doll in a different position than where she had left it the night before. At first, she thought Angie might have moved the doll as a joke, but Angie denied having touched it. As days went by, these changes became more frequent and unsettling. The doll appeared in different rooms of the apartment, often in poses suggesting movement, as if it were trying to walk or sit. In one of the most disturbing incidents, Donna came home one night and found the doll lying on her bed with a red substance that looked like blood on its hands and chest. Terrified, Donna called Angie, and the two examined the doll carefully. There was no explanation for the substance, which seemed to ooze from inside the doll as if it were bleeding. This was the last straw for Donna and Angie. They decided to seek help to understand what was happening. Chapter 2. Disturbing messages. Things worsened when Donna and Angie began finding notes around the house written on parchment paper with messages like "Help me" and "Help Lou." This was especially strange because Donna did not have parchment paper at home, and the messages seemed to be written in childish handwriting. The notes appeared in unexpected places, such as under furniture or between couch cushions, as if they had been deliberately hidden for them to find. The girls started to feel genuinely frightened. How could these messages be appearing out of nowhere? And who was Lou? Lou was Angie's boyfriend, who frequently visited the apartment. He had also begun to feel uncomfortable with the doll. One night, while talking with Donna and Angie about the messages and the doll's changing positions, Lou expressed his belief that something sinister was happening. He had always had a sense of unease when looking at the doll, a feeling that something was terribly wrong. The messages became more frequent and disturbing, and the girls began to question their sanity. Angie started losing sleep, feeling watched even during the most private moments. Donna, who had initially viewed the situation with a bit more skepticism, began to feel that the doll was manipulating the environment around them, creating a constant atmosphere of tension. Chapter 3. The first encounter with the entity. The situation escalated when Donna came home one night and found the doll lying on her bed with a red substance that looked like blood on its hands and chest. Terrified, Donna called Angie, and the two examined the doll carefully. There was no explanation for the substance, which seemed to ooze from inside the doll as if it were bleeding. This was the final straw for Donna and Angie. They decided to seek professional help to understand what was happening. The young women contacted a medium in the hope of finding answers. During the session, the medium revealed that the spirit of a young girl named Annabelle Higgins was present in the doll. The medium said that Annabelle had died at a young age on the land where the apartment building was later constructed. According to the medium, the spirit felt safe with Donna and Angie and wanted to stay with them. Moved by the story, and perhaps feeling pity for the supposed child, Donna and Angie agreed to let Annabelle inhabit the doll. Lou, however, was not convinced. He warned Donna and Angie to get rid of the doll, arguing that the presence was not that of a child but something much darker. Their concerns were ignored, and Annabelle remained, leading to increasingly dangerous and difficult-to-ignore events. Chapter 4. The Truth Behind the Spirit. Lou, who had always disliked the doll from the beginning, had an even more disturbing experience. One night, while sleeping on the apartment's couch, Lou suddenly woke up, unable to move. The room was shrouded in oppressive darkness, and he felt a malevolent presence. When he looked down, he saw the Annabelle doll at the foot of the bed. Slowly, the doll began to climb up his body, paralyzing him. Lou felt an overwhelming pressure on his chest, as if being suffocated. He tried to scream, but no sound came out. What seemed like a nightmare was too real. He could feel the doll's hands on his neck, tightening with an impossible force for a mere cloth doll. Lou finally managed to break free and woke up sweating and gasping. He was sure it wasn't just a nightmare. The next day, while he was in the apartment with Donna and Angie, they heard a loud noise coming from Donna's room. Lou entered the room and felt a sinister presence around him. When he approached the doll, he felt a sharp pain in his chest. When he opened his shirt, he saw scratch marks as if made by invisible claws. The scratches were deep, burning, and painful, and mysteriously disappeared after 2 days, without leaving scars. Lou became convinced that the doll was malevolent and that the story of Annabelle was a lie. He knew they were dealing with something dangerous, an entity that was deceiving everyone with its facade of innocence. This was the final confirmation Donna and Angie needed to seek professional help. Chapter 5. The Arrival of the Warrens. Donna and Angie contacted Ed and Lorraine Warren, a paranormal investigation team known for dealing with extreme cases of possession and hauntings. The Warrens were veterans in investigating supernatural occurrences and had extensive knowledge of spirits and demons. When they arrived at Donna and Angie's apartment, Lorraine, a clairvoyant medium, immediately sensed a malevolent presence. Ed and Lorraine Warren listened carefully to Donna, Angie, and Lou's stories and, after their assessment, concluded that the doll was not possessed by a human spirit but by a demon. Lorraine explained that demons do not possess inanimate objects like dolls but manipulate them to create an illusion of haunting. This demon was using the doll to get close to the young women, hoping to possess a human being. The demon was not the spirit of Annabelle Higgins, but an entity that took advantage of the girls' empathy to infiltrate their lives. The doll was merely a lure, a tool for the demon to establish a connection with the physical world. The Warrens explained that the doll was just bait, and the real danger was the malevolent entity controlling it. The next step would be an exorcism to rid the house and the occupants of the demon's presence. The young women were shocked and terrified to realize the mistake they had made by allowing the supposedly innocent spirit to stay in the doll. Chapter 6. The Exorcism. With the help of a Catholic priest, the Warrens conducted an exorcism at Donna and Angie's apartment. The exorcism was not straightforward. During the ritual, the doll was seen moving and changing expressions, as if resisting the exorcism. The atmosphere became heavy, with doors slamming, lights flickering, and a sense of increasing pressure in the room. Lorraine felt a hostile presence lurking, as if the demon was fighting against the exorcism to maintain control over the doll. The priest used holy water, salt, and specific prayers to purify the environment. The ritual lasted for hours, with moments of tension where it seemed like the entity was about to escape. Finally, after an intense struggle, the priest declared the house free of the demonic presence. The doll, however, continued to be a point of negative energy. Ed and Lorraine decided it would be safer to remove the doll from the apartment and take it to their occult museum. The decision to move the doll to a controlled environment was made after a thorough assessment of the risks involved. The doll was carefully packaged and transported with a sense of gravity and solemnity, and the journey to the museum was closely monitored by the Warrens to ensure no new manifestations occurred during the trip. When the doll arrived at the occult museum, it was placed in a specially designed glass cabinet to contain paranormal artifacts. The cabinet was blessed and sealed with protective symbols. The presence of the doll, though confined, continued to be unsettling. The environment around the cabinet seemed to carry an invisible tension, and people who visited the museum frequently reported feeling a presence of discomfort when approaching the doll's case. Chapter 7. The Occult Museum. The Warrens' Occult Museum became a renowned place among paranormal enthusiasts and investigators. The display of Annabelle was one of the most prominent, attracting many curious visitors. The glass cabinet was surrounded by severe warnings and advisories that the doll should be respected and that any interaction could result in serious consequences. Ed and Lorraine Warren frequently warned visitors not to play with forces they did not understand. The doll was exhibited as a central piece, with an aura of mystery and threat. On several occasions, visitors reported feeling an intense cold near the cabinet, and some claimed to see shadows moving out of the corner of their eyes. Stories of disturbing experiences were common among those brave enough to challenge the warnings. Some people experienced sensations of disorientation, while others reported hearing unintelligible whispers. The Occult Museum was not just a display area but also a center for study and research on paranormal phenomena. Ed and Lorraine Warren's work continued to fascinate and terrify the public, and Annabelle became a symbol of the danger that can arise from challenging the unknown. Chapter 8. The Skeptical Visitor. Among the many stories associated with the Occult Museum, one of the most notorious involved a skeptical visitor. This man, an author known for his criticism of paranormal claims, decided to visit the museum to prove that everything was just a scam. He challenged the doll, mocking it and making disrespectful comments about its supposedly haunted nature. The man took photographs, filmed videos, and made jokes about the doll, ignoring the warnings and the gravity of the environment. A few days after his visit, the skeptic suffered a motorcycle accident. The accident was fatal, and the man died instantly. The Warrens and the museum staff believe that the disrespectful visit and challenge to the sacred object resulted in the tragedy. According to reports, the skeptic seemed to have completely disregarded the dangers associated with the unknown and, ultimately, paid the price for it. The tragedy served as a grim reminder of the importance of treating with respect and seriousness the forces one does not understand. Chapter 9. The Popularity of Annabelle. The story of Annabelle gained notoriety and popularity, primarily after being portrayed in horror films. The Conjuring film series and the spin-off series Annabelle depicted the doll and the events surrounding it, leading to a new wave of interest and curiosity about the story. The films helped solidify Annabelle's image as a terror icon but also sparked debates about the accuracy of cinematic portrayals versus real events. Ed and Lorraine Warren, before their deaths, were pleased to share their experiences and warn the public about the real dangers of the paranormal. The film adaptations helped create a legend around Annabelle but also raised questions about the line between fiction and reality. Many consider that the popularity of the story helped keep alive the memory of the cases investigated by the Warrens and increased awareness about the threats associated with the occult. Chapter 10. The Legacy of Annabelle. Annabelle still resides in the Warrens' Occult Museum, now under the management of Ed and Lorraine's daughter, Judy Warren, and her husband, Tony Spera. The doll is securely kept and continues to be a symbol of the danger of the unknown. Annabelle's legacy is a testament to the Warrens' insight and the persistence of the mystery surrounding the paranormal. The story of Annabelle serves as a reminder that the world is full of mysteries and forces that often escape human understanding. The doll has become an emblem of horror that can reside in seemingly harmless objects and highlights the need for respect and caution when dealing with the unknown. The Occult Museum continues to attract visitors and the curious, who come in search of answers and experiences with the supernatural. Annabelle, in turn, continues to evoke fascination and fear, eternally inscribed in the annals of paranormal horror.